Well, good morning and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. We are going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together, putting on our makeup and enjoying a memory verse together. So let's start out with our foundation verse for this podcast. That verse is, I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And that is coming from, oh my gosh, I'm losing my head. It's coming from Psalm 119, verse 11. There we go. All right. And all of our verses this year are going, let me hide that one. All of our verses this year are going to be coming from the Word in Color coloring book. You should see a QR code for that on your screen now. So, love this idea of color journaling. So, let me just show you our verse that's going to be for this week that we're working on this week. So, here's what it looks like. Our verse this week, well, let's start out by reviewing our verse last week. And then we'll take a look at this week. So our verse last week, let me get that out the way for you. Now we're going to go over here. Here we go. So last verse was pretty easy, got to tell you. So pray more, worry less, Matthew 6:34. So super easy verse to memorize. Also one that you will pull out all the time. You will use it not just for yourself, but as you're talking with other people too. So we'll review that again at the end of the podcast. Our verse for this week that we're going to be working on is act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. And that's Micah 6:8. And again, I encourage you, go find this Micah 6 in your Bible, read the whole chapter, maybe even 7 and then 9 as well, and see what was the context of this verse. It may help you to understand it more, may help it to be more memorable to you, may actually help you to memorize it too. So pray more, worry less, Matthew 6:34, Micah 6. Oh my goodness, Micah 6:8. All right, let me get that scrolling across the bottom of our screen there. There we go. So we are going to jump in to our theme for today. Now I got to tell you, I know, well, actually, let me see how many have I got on here today. Whoop, whoop. So good to see you this morning. Good morning. So let me get back over to here. And we are going to be looking at, well, you can tell, I got my hair colored fresh. Thank you, Adrian. My girl at the salon is amazing. So what we're going to be working on this week is we're actually going to do an eye color that matches my hair. So you can use whatever colors you want. Today I'm calling it pink, green, and purple. Oh my! So you can use whatever colors you would like. You can do this with a neutral palette as well. You are going to need one light. You're going to need two mediums and then a dark. We're also going to be trying a couple of new products today, so we'll see how that turns out. All right, so let's get it going with our primer. We are going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I love this primer. So super easy. You're just going to get your one pump out. That's enough for your whole face. Get that between your fingers. Now remember, we're starting this all with a clean face. So start with your skincare routine first. You don't have one you love, I would highly encourage Peach and Lily. Love Peach and Lily. I have combo skin. She has a little something for everybody in her line, so something. So make sure that you check that out. For combo skin, they'll absolutely love that gel moisturizer. Ridiculous. Okay, so fresh face, we've got our primer on. This is going to help extend the life of our foundation. For me, it's going to help control oil a little bit. It's going to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles. Your foundation is going to set better. So if you ever get that like separating thing happening, this is going to help resolve that. All right, now we are going to switch to our concealer. We are using the Bye Bye Under Eye. Mine is the shade 11 Light Nude. This concealer works much better if, now first off, a little bit goes a long way. But you're going to use just a little bit of this. We can get it out because I'm getting near the bottom of my tube. There we go. That right there is enough to do it. We're going to put it where we want it. So anything that you want to hide. For me, I got a little redness going on, got a little darkness going on. So we're just going to get it in those spots. That's for the redness. Top of the cheek is for the redness. There we go. We're going to let that set for just a second so that it can kind of warm up to our body temperature so that it will spread and blend out a little bit easier. We're going to be using the pointy end of our damp beauty blender. Love this beauty blender. And yes, you do need to get it damp for it to function properly. Not all beauty blenders are that way, but this particular one is. All right, that pointy tip. We're going to use the concealer almost as a primer for our lid going on there. Yes, great question. Be very gentle, which is why I use the pointy end, not the big end. Be very gentle around that eye area. We don't want to pull too hard. So if it looks like I'm tugging, I'm really not. Very gentle. The more you tug, the more you're going to stretch that skin, the more you're going to increase your possibility for wrinkles. Let's not do that. It's already going to happen naturally when your time is ready. All right. Once you have that concealer exactly where you want it, we are going to move to our foundation. And this is the Lancome Tinty Doll. This is in the shade 215 Buff. Now, if you are an Ulta person, I will tell you, I've seen some sneak peeks to our 21-day beauty collection. I mean, our 21 days of beauty. You definitely want to make sure that you are on your game for that one with regards to this. I know I already have 3 shades picked out. I'm not going to tell you why. It's a secret. Okay, so here we go. This has a pump on it. So we're just going to use some partial pumps. And what a perfect time because it looks like I'm right near the bottom. So we're just going to use a partial pump. There you go. We're going to do this face in sections. Sorry, hard to talk when you got a beauty blender in your mouth. I know, right? Can't understand me. All right, we're going to give ourselves another little... Okay, we're going to have to go plan B with this. All else fails, just pull that bad boy out of the container. Here we go. And kind of a dabbing blurring. We just want to blend it in. We don't want to like overwork or agitate or anything like that, our skin. Okay, let me get that back down in there. There we go. All right, gonna get a little bit on the forehead there. Definitely struggling a little bit with the foundation. See, this is what happens. All right, and then we're going to get a little more, and we're going to put that, okay, maybe we're getting a little more. We're going to blend that out under our jawline here. There you go. Just make that a seamless look between your face and your neck, your jawline there. We don't need any harsh lines, nothing showing delineation there. All right. Now that we have our foundation set, placed on our face, we're going to use our Long Time No Shine from Lancome, and we are going to set that foundation now. This one has a wonderful little puff that comes inside of it. So literally take the puff out, tip it upside down, give it a couple of taps. Great thing about this particular powder that I love is that it is going to control oil, give you a nice matte finish throughout the day. Whether you have normal or combo oily skin, it's just going to keep you that nice matte look all day long. it's not a harsh matte. It's just a nice, pleasant matte. So you don't have to worry about it giving you that stark look where you look like a Barbie doll or whatever. Although if that dewy look keeps continuing to come back, I'm sure Barbie's gonna get some shine. What'd you call it? Dewy Barb? Hydra Barb. Hyaluronic Barbie. Okay, I need to stop. Concentrate, Wendy. All right, we're just pressing that powder in. Yes, you can use a brush. Great question. I just don't prefer a brush because it just kind of fluffs everything out. You end up with a room that has to be dusted because you used a brush. I prefer for most of my product that I am paying for to end up on my face. So I prefer a puff to a brush. That's just a personal preference though. Yeah, I know you've heard me say it before and you'll hear me say it again. I don't think that there are a whole lot of wrong answers in makeup. It is whatever you like, whatever you prefer, and however you want to get it done. Every tool that you will use, yeah, it's good for the face. Use it on the face somewhere because we're about ready to use a foundation brush. This is from IT Cosmetics. Not for foundation, but for contouring. So there you go. It's just a brush. It doesn't know the difference. We're going to be using the NARS. This is going to be the bronzer. This is in Laguna 2. And to start out with, we're going to use the flat side of the brush. You're just going to go through the bronzer there. We're going to put it just above our jawbone there. Help increase that illusion that I've got more cheekbone than I actually do. Again, using the flat side of the brush, just get a little bit on there, right up against that hairline there. Now we're going to be using the side of that. We want to hit just under that jawbone there. I guess that'd be cheekbone then. Anyways. There you go. This is going to help chisel out that chin and make your neck look a little tighter. Also helps to a certain extent to alleviate or minimize double chins. Alrighty. Now we're going to use that flat side again. Sculpt that nose a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to move to our highlighter. This is the MAC Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. Double Gleam is the color. Okay. And now we're going to use this end of that foundation brush. That's going to go on the top of the cheek and right beside the eye there. We are going to raise those high points. We're going to go straight down the center of the face, making sure we hit that Cupid's bow really good so we can accentuate that. All right, now we're going to move to a blush brush. This is from MAC Cosmetics. Any blush brush will do you though. We're going to be using the Juvia's Place. This is the Blushed Volume 4. Today we're going to be using, I think we're actually going to use this one here. So we're going to use the lighter color today. Want to give a little more, the colors that we're going to be using on our eyes and our lips are a little much. So we're going to minimize the cheeks to increase the pop on the eyes and the lips there. So you're just going to tap that brush in there. Remember, these are highly pigmented, so it doesn't take a whole lot of tap to make this happen. We're just giving a hint of color. Catch a little bit on the forehead. Barely tip of the nose and the chin. Just trying to make that face one continuous coloration. There we go. All right, you have now completed your contouring. Yay. All right, we're gonna move to our lips. Okay, super excited because on our lips today, we're gonna try a new product. Okay, so we're gonna start out with the Morphe Nyan. This is the Lavender Haze Lip Liner. So we are going to line our lip. Okay, that was interesting. I'm not going to talk about where that just fell. So, lip pencil broke. Keep your sharpener nearby always. Just give it a couple sharpens. Let's get that going again. I know, is it just me? Or when you break a pencil like that, do you think to yourself, how many dollars of lip liner was it that just fell to the floor? All right, let's go after that again. Here we go. Sharpen pencil. Get you a good V going there in the center of that Cupid's bow. Now, you know, I usually outline and then come back in and line inside that just a little bit. I'm kind of doing everything all in one step today. And we got a little distracted on this bottom lip there. There we go. And now we're going to use two colors of lipstick today. I'm going to be using the Flat Out. These are both the MAC Matte. I'm going to be using the Flat Out Fabulous on the outside, and then I'm going to use Candy Yum Yum on the inside. It's going to give a beautiful ombre effect, kind of a tone on tone, but because one is lighter than the other, it's just super pretty. I like how it gives your lips a little bit more volume. So you're going to marry this kind of ombre lip looking thing with this lip plumper. Should be amazing. So we're just going to go around the outside edge of that lip, pretty much just going over that lip liner that we just put on. The only thing you have to get perfect on this is the outside edge. Inside can be as messy as you want. All right. So that was our Flat Out Fabulous. Now we're going to move to the Candy Yum Yum. And that's going to color in the rest of the lip that you have left. There's going to be a little bit of a line. No worries. You're just going to smush your lips together just a little bit. And that will mix them together. There you go. Now you have your ombre lip. So now for the fun, one of the fun new products we're going to try. So in my store, we are getting Polite Society. So today we are going to try their Polite Society. This is their lip plumper, lip plumping oil gloss. It's called Big Mouth. So let's try this. Super excited. I don't use a whole lot of lip plumpers. Okay, super cute. All right, here we go. Nice. Oh, feel that pleasant tingle. This one has blueberry oil, infinity pepper, and ginger root oil. Wow, yeah, that has a pretty good tingle. Yep. Not anything too bad, though. So we'll give it a minute and see how that plumps. Is this like a watched pot? A watched pot never boils? All right, let's move on to our eyes. We'll come back and we'll look at the lips. Kind of of a nice tingly. Okay, so back to our eyes. We're going to be using 2 palettes today. So the first one I'm going to be using is the Wahala 2, and then we're going to dip a little bit into the Sweet Pinks. So like I said, this one is called, oh wow, I can taste that peppery taste now. That's interesting. Okay, so today is pink, purple, and green. Oh my! So we're going to be using those colors. But before we do that, let's say our verse together. So act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. Micah 6:8, yeah. All right. So now we're going to be working on our eyes. Yeah, seriously, the pepper's in my mouth now. It's a good thing I like hot stuff. So we're going to be living in these spaces. Let me show you the colors we're going to be working with. The first one is we're going to be using Shakara here. Then we're going to be using a little bit of the, oh, let me see what that one's called, Hater. We're going to use Hater there. And then we are also going to be using, I think it's, here, let me see that one. Let me grab another purple. Okay, and then we're also going to be using in the Sweetest Pinks, we're going to be using this one here, which doesn't really have a name, but it's on the bottom center. So I actually like the purple. Reaching over here. Let's grab our Culture palette. So in the Culture palette, we're going to be using Katanga. So that's all kinds of fun. We're going to use 3 different palettes today. So how to know when it's a good day? When you have to use 3 palettes. Okay. I know, finger painting is so fun, isn't it? And I just dripped shadow all over myself. Okay, so we are going to start with our all over eyeshadow brush and our lightest color. So whatever color palette you have chosen, remember it's 1 light, 2 mediums, 1 dark. So browns, grays, blues, doesn't matter. You're same theme through the whole thing. So all over shadow brush, get your lightest shade. For me, this is the Shakara, which is kind of a white color. And we're going to be using that on the upper lid here. Awesome. I just like this one for the brow bone color. It's just nice. It's not really a color. I mean, you could use a fleshy one if you want to. That would be super pretty. It just depends on what you want to do. All right, then we're going to move to our purpley shade, which for me, this is going to switch over to the Culture palette. And this one is called Katanga. So we're going to use the Katanga. Whoop, whoop. Knocking a bunch of things over here. We are going to grab a smaller all over shadow brush. And Katanga's got a little bit of shimmer to it. So you want to make sure you're both sides of that. And then we're just going to start out on the inner corner. You're going to have to load it up several times because we're going to do the whole 3/4 of the lid with this color. Okay, now we're going to get that last third. Now we're going to use another color, so don't worry too much about this right here. Just make sure you get it covered nicely. Fallout, don't worry about that. We'll catch that in a minute. Doing the same thing on the other side. Yes, you could do this with matte colors as well. I'm just kind of a frosty girl. I like the way they blend. They seem to hang tough. I have less creasing with them. So you do what you want to do, though. It's totally fine to use mattes. And again, we're just covering that whole bottom of that lid there. There you go. Once you feel like you have got that covered all the way, want to make sure when you open your eye, you can see that peeking up just a little bit above that crease. So if you need to go ahead and make that a little bit higher, go ahead and do that now. All right. Now I do see a little bit of fallout. So we're going to take our fluffy brush and just dust that away. There you go. That is with a gentle touch. We don't want to blend it in. We just want to dust it off. Okay, so let's take a look at the lips. I do think they look plumpier. I'm impressed. It's also not, you can feel it. I hate to use the word slimy. You can feel that there's moisture on there, but it's not creeping out. It's a good thing. Okay, so now that we've got that on there, now we're going to switch over to our Sweetest Pinks palette. And we're going to grab that bottom middle color there. Get another all over lid shadow brush. And this time we're just going to give like 2 swipes on either side. And we're just going to blend those 2 things together between the light shade and the darker. Well, I guess it'd be between the light and the medium because this one's medium too. Okay, same thing on the other side. Just giving a little hint of that pink right in there. And just go over that until you feel like you have blended that nicely. You have no harsh ending lines. There you go. All right, now we are going to go back to the, I think it was the Wahala. Yes, and we're going to grab in the color Hater. Hater is kind of a green color. And you're going to use a little bit of a, I believe this is actually a liner brush. We're going to actually use this almost like a smudger kind of. I like because this one's got a little bit of a paddle shape to it. Just makes it super easy to control when you're adding it to the inside corner. So in this particular case, we're just going to load color on one side of it. And we're going to hit just the inside corner of that eye. Right there. And then let's just get right in the corner there. And there. And now we're going to add our liner. And then we'll come back and do a little shadow underneath. So for the liner, we're going to be using the Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian eyeliner in the color Kajal. It is a beautiful black liner. I like this mechanical one because you don't have to sharpen it. And this one just wears really well. Has enough soft texture, but not too much. I use it underneath the eye. I don't have any transfer. I don't have any bleeding. I don't have any smudging. So I like this one. And then we're also going to do it under the eye. Oh, there we go. Only about halfway across on the under part. All right. Now we are going to grab our liner brush. Looks like this. You could also use this for brow pomade if you want, but for today we're going to be using it for eyeliner. It actually is classified as an eyeliner brush. This is a MAC, looks like a number 263. So we are going to start out with the purple color that we used on the outside. So you're going to move back to that culture palette. And we're just going to use the edge of this through the shadow. Just get a little bit on there. And then we're going to go about halfway. With that purple shadow color. Or whatever your medium was. All right. Now we're going to switch to the pink color that we used. That was in the Sweet Pinks, or Sweet Pink. No, Sweet Pinks. And again, you're just going to use that liner brush. We're going to do the middle here. And that's right. Now we've left that middle, the center of that open. So dust that brush off on the tissue that you got in your lap there. And when you're going to use the hater, just get a little bit of that. And we're going to connect right here. Nice. Okay, brush again, get that fallout if you have any. And we are going to be using our liquid eyeliner. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex liner. This is in the shade black. This one now comes in brown as well. And we're just going to line a nice thin line on that top lid. This is just going to give your eye a frame, like an ending finishing. There we go. And while that is drying, we are going to move to our brows. So for today, you know that my hair has changed color. We have talked about that. So I have chosen the color purple as my brow color. So for today, we're going to be using the Urban Decay. This is the 24/7 Glide-On eyeliner pencil. This is Psychedelic Sister. So whatever your brow product is, you're going to be using that. If you need any help with your brow, you don't have a good brow product that you love, yours is bleeding, it comes off, you don't like it, whatever, come see my girl Olivia at our store in Midlothian, and she will get you all hooked up. She can give you a wax, well, any kind of face waxing, but then she can also take care of your brows. She also does lamination. So if God gave you a great amount of hair up there and you want to make those brow hairs go exactly where you want them to go, come see her for a lamination. All right, now we're going to go here with our Psychedelic Sister. I like to line the bottom first. This pencil is a little soft, so you got to very gently touch that. And then we'll add the shape to the top. Still searching for my favorite brow product for Fashion Colors hair. So if you have one that you love, please do share. I saw Lime Crime has a couple. They don't have a purple like this. Okay, not so roundy. All right, and you're gonna then take your brow brush, your spoolie, And we are going to spoolie through this. So you don't have to be too exact because your spoolie will kind of fix some things. It'll also help to blur and blend out. So if you end up with any gaps in there from the pencil, now with this particular pencil, once this thing sets, I mean, it's kind of good to go. Hence the name 24/7. But you got a minute. So we're just going to get those brow hairs where we want them. I feel like we need to bring that up just a smidge right here. Oh, now that thing, you know, the thing where then you make it wider on the one side and then you have to widen the other side. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, now we're just gonna spoolie it out. There we go. Happens with the eyeliner too, it cracks me up. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. We're gonna go back to our original light shadow brush that we did, which was in our the Wahala 2 palette. You're just going to get a little bit on one side, and then we're just going to go under that brow and make sure that we clean that up. Also giving us a final blend out on that top color there. Okay, it looks like I've got a little something, doop, 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 right there. There we go. Ta-da! All right. Give a final dusting. Make sure that is good. And like I told you, we're going to try a second product. So I told you got Polite Society coming, so I'm just like trying all the things. So Polite Society, this is their new mascara. I believe the actual name of it is Greatest Lashes of All Time. So this is it right here. We're going to try it. It says 360 degree grab and lift bristles. Before and after pictures look amazing. Take a look at that. Okay. So let's give it an open. Cute. I guess this little oval shape is part of their shtick. Okay, Polite Society Greatest Lash of All Time. Amazing. Okay, so before we actually use it, though, we need to curl our lashes. So, grab your lash curler. This is a Tarte lash curler. This was a Christmas edition, but their regular one that has the purple handles, you'll totally love that. I like this one because I like the shape of it. I like that it doesn't pinch too much. The grippers are like perfect for keeping in your hands. I see that I have pink eyeshadow all over me. Note to self, do not touch your face. Alrighty, so we are going to use this, and while we're crimping down on our lashes, we are going to say our Bible verse together, probably twice, and then that will be about right for us. So, get your lash curler ready. You want it to pinch your lashes, but you do not want it to pinch your eyelid. So get it about, or when you crimp it down, there you go, like that. It's not going to pinch your lid. So are we ready? Get it ready. Here we go. All right, crimp and say that verse twice together. Act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. Do it one more time. Act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. And we're going to switch to the other eye. Same thing. Get that all set up and ready to go where it's not pinching your lid. There we go. Ready and go. Ooh. Act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. Again. Act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. All right. You are all curled up. I'm going to take just a second to get that off. There we go. And now let's try this new mascara. You ready? Okay. Love the wand and the bristles. Let's see how it does. Okay. Not clumpy. Doesn't deliver too much product at one time. Very smooth. Tip works great on those outside edges. Okay, so at least for the first use of it, I'm liking it. Beautiful black color. All right, let's move to the other eye. This side's always so much harder for me, reaching across my body. If you're right-handed, I'm sure you feel my pain. If you're left-handed, the other eye is your hard one. Okay. So I usually do 2 coats of this, and I do my bottom lashes, then I do the top ones one more time. So let's just go with that same plan. So here we go for the second coat on those top lashes. Still smooth. Okay. Stayed separated. That's a good thing. Okay, super like that. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. I'll let you know tomorrow how it did. Okay, now let's catch those bottom lashes. Let me grab my little mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Ooh, I feel like it's going on nicely. The wand is great, not getting in the way. Okay. Let's get the bottom ones on the other side. Okay, so far I like it. Now let's go in for that third coat on the top lashes. See how it does now. Okay. Stayed clean. Nice. Get the little ones on the inside there. There we go. I like it. What you think? All right, so we're gonna go back in. We did a little bit more dusting than usual. So I'm gonna grab that MAC. We're gonna go back to the highlighter, and we're just gonna add a little extra highlighter on there. All right, just to kind of give us that there. All righty, now before, let's see what else we got. Checking our lips. How's the pumper doing? I see a little bit of creeping out. See that? Not so sure about that. See it? Okay, so maybe I could have applied less. I'll try that next time. But for today, I mean, it's okay, but it really did bleed out. So we'll see. Probably super awesome if you use it just by itself. So I'll try that on an off day at some point. Okay, so now we are going to finish our look today. First, we're going to say our verse together, and then we are going to add our setting spray. So our verse for today is act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. And that's Micah 6:8. All right, so now we are going to finish off our look with our Urban Decay. I am using the D-Slick setting spray. You use whichever one of their products you like. They're all awesome. So give your head a tip back. Give it a couple sprays. Fan it down. Awesome. All right, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today with a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. My name is Wendy Merritt, and it has been a joy to be hanging out with you this morning. I'd love to have you come visit my store in Midlothian, Texas. It'd be awesome to see you. All right, so you can check out with me and hang out with me all week long on social media. And guess what? Da-da-da! I am finally on Apple Podcasts, so super excited. We had some difficulty with our little image, but we got that all worked out. So let's take a look at the verses that we have been working on. If you are new to us, then you may not be as familiar with some of these, but that's okay. You know what? The graphic is going to be on your screen. We go over these every week. And so you can just pick up where we are now. Just say the verse out loud with us, whether you have it memorized or not. So we are going to start out on episode 1. Here we go. And that was 1 Peter 1:24 and 25. The grass withers and the flowers fade, but the word of the Lord endures forever. Episode 2. We moved into I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, Philippians 4:13. Episodes 3, God's grace is all you need, 2 Corinthians 12:9. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go, Joshua 1:9. The Lord is my strength and my song, Exodus 15:2. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. Psalm 118:24. The moon and the stars you set in place. Psalm 8:3. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8. And let us not grow weary of doing good. For in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. Proverbs 31:25. Great is the Lord and most worthy of praise. Psalm 96:4. I have written your name in the palms of my hand. Isaiah 49:16. And now we're up to episode 13, I think. Okay, there we go. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, and that is Hebrews 4:13, I believe. All right, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there be any excellence, if there's anything worthy of praise, think on these things. I think that's it. All right. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. Proverbs 16:24. Be the light. Matthew 5:16. And then we stayed in Matthew. You are the salt of the earth. Matthew 5:13. I liked this graphic coming up. Set your mind on things above. And that is Colossians 3:2. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Proverbs 3:5. The word of the Lord endures forever. 1 Peter 1:25. And that's kind of a reflection on the very first episode that we did. I liked this graphic coming up too. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. Actually, I like this one too. Is there one that's not my favorite? I'm not sure. Under his wings, you will find refuge. Psalm 91:4. Serve one another with love. Galatians 9. Address. Galatians 5:13, 9:13. There you go. All right. Come on. You can change. There we go. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. And that one comes from Jeremiah 17:7. And then the verse that we were working on last week, and that is pray more, worry less, Matthew 6:34. And then this week, let me go back to us. There we go. And then this week we are working on, let me get it up there for you. There we go. And the verse this week is act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. And that comes from Micah 6:8. And again, all of our verses are going to be, here, let me get that out the way. All of our verses are going to be coming from the Word and Color coloring book. So super excited that at the end of season 1, you are going to have an entire book, a journal of all the Bible verses that you have memorized. So if you're like me, and you don't, care for writing journaling so much, enjoy me on this journey of color journaling. So you can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcast platform, YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts. I'm also on Podbean. I mean, there's just so many different choices. And I just about have my website ready to go. So super excited to share that with you when that time comes. So until we meet again, my friends, let me get over there to that. There we go. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. And that's from Numbers 6:24 and 25. So let me pray us out before we go today. Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for the friends that have been here with me live online and the ones who have joined me later by watching this in a video presentation or on a podcast platform. Father, thank you so much for each one of them. And I just pray that you would bless them this week as they go throughout their life, wherever they are in the world, Father, that you would help them to memorize these verses and to recall these verses, Father, that they would just treasure these in their heart for encouragement to themselves and then also as encouragement to those around them. Father, I just pray that you would bless us this week, that we would remember beauty on the outside is kind of cool, but beauty on the inside is what's most important, Father. We thank you so much for all these things. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen. Well, you guys have a great week this week. Goodbye. See you next week.